So all of the things that we've been doing so far, we've been talking about sewing the darts, using the darts as star lines, seams, lines, what we're doing with them. But you might decide, actually, I want gathering or pleating in my neck. And you can get the same fitted bodice by using the combined dart or single dart and gathering or pleating it back. Now the important thing is to know is that when you gather or pleat it, it has to then gather or pleat back to that neck measurement, because that relationship is very important, otherwise you end up with bagginess. If you have a cowl neck, remember we spoke about necklines in the cowl neck, and the cowl neck is where it has excess, that's the back neck there, the front neck actually is quite often low and it actually has excess loose fabric here. Alright, and the way you create that is basically by putting your dart in this neckline, and you can actually make it bigger by doing it even more, and you don't gather it or anything, you just make that a nice line. But the reason that it works is because when that's sewn to the back neck and it's joined and it's worn on the body, this extra fabric will actually naturally sit and cowl and drape, because it will sit on the centre front, because it's those back necks, that back shoulder and neck, that is telling the front where it needs to sit. So this extra fabric just becomes drape. So you can have a little play with that, and it really helps you understand that importance of the relationship between the back and the front neck. You mustn't stretch your necklines. When you fill in your tech document, tech pack document, it will talk about tape. You may have heard of the term stay stitching, and what that is to do a row of stitching or put some tape, the measurement of that back neck, to stop it stretching. Because if one stretches and the other stretches, then the whole things, you get baggy necklines and it doesn't fit flat on the body. So that's really, really important, those necks. And they also tape the shoulders as well. So we can say we could use this dart in our favour. So darts can be gathered, pleated. Obviously you've got to remember that the minute when you fold your dart, it's obvious where it goes. How do you address the finish of that? You just need to blend it. So keeping the shoulder line here nice, and that whatever length you want, where you want your neck to be. Okay, you can just draw that, because I've kept that shoulder point. You can just blend that and make that a nice curve. Alright, if it was going to be pleated or gathered, but you need to know the relationship from the front there, that relationship from the centre front to the shoulder, to draw that line in before you slashed it open. Know that measurement, because that's key, that you gather it back or pleat it back to that measurement. You'll probably have tie cords or something, or you might have a facing, and the facing's the correct size, not with the gathers. So you can experiment as well with a piece and keep in that, and then you would just say it's gathered and write on your pattern that it's gathered, and then you'd write the measurement it's gathered to, and that just stays as a filled-in piece of fabric. But the gathering or the pleating is what's going to bring it back to that shape, and that's a whole different look that you can explore and experiment with.